I'm going to be teaching you guys just a really cool, fun way to up your resin game. I used some alcohol inks on one of my geodes and I freaking loved the effect. It was so cool. I know people have been using them on coasters, but this is a completely different style. It looks so neat and you actually get to utilize the awesome effects that alcohol inks make on top of resin. So I'm going to walk you guys through a couple things that you can do and hopefully that'll open up your inspiration, you know, and help get you guys out there and excited about working with resin and the different materials that you can use instead of just working with one medium. So let's jump right into it. All right, so I am using Patty's pigments again, and I am going with black, and then I'm gonna do the green. So this one is called Crystal Emerald, and then this is the gold. And I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be really cool because I'm also gonna teach you guys some really fun things that you can do that create some really awesome effects on top of resin. And this includes geodes too, okay? So if you are making geodes and you wanna use alcohol inks, you can use some of the stuff that I'm about to teach you on top of the geodes as well. Now, this, ooh, that's pretty. It's not transparent either, so that's good. I did prime my wood. This is done on a piece of wood. It's 10 by 10. And what I'm gonna do is cover this whole thing with black first, and then I'm gonna show you how I mix my special sprays. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit and spread around for a second. Now, when I talk about the special sprays, I mean something like this. I use a pigment and then I mix it in with alcohol. Now, I have an empty spray bottle. It's literally that simple. You just put a little bit of the powdered pigment, and you're always gonna have to shake it, so just be prepared for that. You put a little bit of the powdered pigment inside of the spray bottle, okay? Okay, so you put a little bit of that powder in there, and you can put as much as you think that you'll need. I'd say I probably put about a teaspoon in there. And then you're gonna add in the 91% isopropyl alcohol, shake it up, and then you have a really pretty metallic green color now that you can utilize on top. Now, let me get another glove, and I'll show you guys how I utilize them. Now, you don't have to use it the same way that I do. You can let your mind wander and do whatever the heck that you guys want, but I will tell you that this is super effective and I love it. But yeah, just spread it around, and then you can also put it on the edges. Let that resin help it out just a little bit. Now we have a 45-minute working time with the art resin. So that's the resin that I love to use. You guys, if you've followed me recently, then you might not have seen it, but if you followed me more than a couple weeks ago or even a week ago, then you guys seen the comparison between the Pro Marine and the art resin, and it's a huge difference, you guys. I did update my blog on what the sun exposure had done to both of them, and it's huge. So definitely check that out on abstractboss.llc. Okay, here we go. So I'm not worried about the resin sticking to the sides, but I do want that wood covered with some sort of nice thin layer of that resin. Okay, and let's just sort of make sure all that's nice and even now and switch our gloves out. Okay, so immediately I'm gonna go ahead and jump into utilizing the green spray that we made, and then I also made the gold one from my Pearl X powders. Okay, so you just want to spray it right on top. There's not really any specific thing that you need to do. You guys can see what happens. It's just so cool. It's popping bubbles, but at the same time it is sitting on top of the resin. Okay, now this is gonna leave a nice cool green tint to this. I know you guys cannot see it, but I totally can, and it is amazeballs. So I'm done with that one. Let me add some gold, maybe over in my corner here. Okay, and then make sure with alcohol, you guys are extra careful, right? Alcohol is not super fun to breathe in, okay? Ooh, this is cool. I'm loving it. But the alcohol does a great job of popping the bubbles, and it'll level out, but it creates all these fun looking textures and stuff. And then you can jump into doing the other colors. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pour some green. So here's the resin for the green pigment. And there's a couple ways that you can pour over top of when you have alcohol. You could just straight up pour it, but you can also create some fun effects if you can use some type of flat surface. So I'm gonna use my business card. I have 2 of them. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna use my business card. I have 2 of them, and I'm just going to pour the resin as I'm pulling my cards back. So it's gonna start like this. And it's just gonna come off in its own way. Oh, kind of went a little crazy there. Okay, bring it back this way. Just do something fun. Let's see. Oh man, if you guys could see the spider webbing that alcohol spray caused, you freaking love it. It's so cool. All right, so I'm good with my cards. Now I can just go ahead and set those aside. I don't think I want to add, no, actually let's add a little bit more. Let's do a small stream here. And you can kind of control what happens, you know, but it definitely creates some different effects. Pull them through, whatever you guys are wanting to look, you know. Just play around with this. This is abstract. It does not have to be perfect by any means. And if you guys are wanting to use more alcohol, though, make sure that you take your gloves off because you got resin all over them probably, and then switch them out. Go ahead and stuff that in there. I'm going to use my heat gun first. Okay, now that I did that, I'm going to spray some more gold on here, and I'm going to kind of aim it just as much on top of just the green as I can. Get the most gold right there. Ooh, a lot came out right there though. Let's do that. There we go. You cool. Okay. So obviously that's a really fun, effective way to create some really cool effects. Now there's other things that you can do. You can actually take straight up alcohol ink. So I'm gonna do that down here. And you don't want to squirt it out, you just wanna let it drip out. See, and it will spread a lot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of drip this along the corner here. Maybe let's do 5 dots, that's kind of my thing. I love 5 for some reason. And then maybe let's do it right up here, just do 1. Make it look like they're trying to grow to each other. Yeah, let's add another one. Let's add another one. Okay, so this is gonna create some cool, like corally webbing look effects, and it's gonna keep growing. If you're squirting it out though, it's gonna grow so fast, and I don't like it as much, so that's really, it's up to you. But now we can just throw it somewhere else. Maybe we want to go throughout the middle. So just drip it throughout the middle. Maybe follow the lines that you did earlier. Or somewhat the lines. Okay, create some cool effects. Maybe come in with the copper. Okay, and then let that do its thing, or you can take a popsicle stick and you can spread it out and make it crawl. And I'm not doing anything specific, I'm just making basically a bunch of S's and going a little crazy here. But kind of help those alcohol inks by letting them do whatever they want. Here we go. Ooh, I like this. Okay, and then maybe let's get some more gold sprayed up here. I don't know, maybe let's pour some gold. Let's do that. Let me get some more gloves and I'm gonna pour some gold down.
So let's just kind of let that come along and do whatever it wants. Ooh, I like what the green alcohol ink did. That is really neat. Okay, and then you can bring your heat gun back into the mix and soften those lines. Okay, now if you're wanting that lacing effect back in there, because this heat gun kind of took it away, you can just spray some more alcohol on top. It does self-level, but I do see some of the effect in there. So I don't know if I want to mess that up because I really like this. Oh, this is cool. Maybe let's add some more green. Use my heat gun, blow this around. And I'm sure you guys know that you can mix the alcohol inks into the resins too, but this just, I mean, it looks so friggin' cool. And that's it. So there's a couple different things that you can do. You can mix the pigments to spray, you can mix them straight into the resin, and you can also use them the way that I just did and drip them, just a couple drips on there. Let's see, we got something. Nope, okay, that's good. Never mind. ADD right here. But it will level itself out now. Let me bring you guys in for a closer shot because this looks super cool.